What is up, ninjas? My name is Several, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to run up on some fools and jack their kicks. So the first thing, guys, is that you need to make sure why we're doing this, but at the same time, I know there's going to be some people out there saying, damn, Sen, you're teaching people how to rob people's kicks now. I'm like, hell yeah, G, because you know how we are. We're the ninja crew, and whatever it takes to get to the top. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is, for instance, I'm going to be using a Kirby track. I'm going to take my gun now. I'm going to go up to that fool and be like, hey, bro, I'm going to discharge this cap on your ass and go Area 51 on you if you don't give me that kick, yo. But in all seriousness, guys, this technique is really cool because let's say you suck at picking the right kick. We can steal someone's kick knowing that it's going to work in our track if our track has a very similar vibe. If it has, the same key, obviously, we know that kick is going to be perfect. You might have to modify it a little bit, but it's gonna work, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. Alright guys, so we are inside of Ableton, and let's get straight into this tutorial. So the first example we're gonna be using is gonna be this Mesto and Kirby track called Bruh, which is gonna sound like this. I'm not gonna play a lot of it because I don't want to get copyrighted, but okay, so stealing a kick, why would we want to do that? Why would we want to sample it is a nicer way to say it. A lot of people suck at picking the right kicks, the right girls. Guys, you guys need to pick the right kick for your song. There's a rule I have, and that rule is that you can either have a big kick and a very small bass to go with it, because you're never going to have a big kick and a big bass working in correlation with each other. It's just too heavy in the low end. They both want to get the attention, so you're going to have to be like, either go with a big kick, small bass, or go with a big bass and a small kick. Now, if we study this Mesto and Kirby song and we hear it like the outro and the intro, you're going to notice that you can kind of hear the kick. And the kick they're using is very small. A lot of people, torrent Vengeance sample packs and all that, and they think those are the right kicks to use in any song, and that's not the case. You have to find the right kick that fits your song. So using this method of sampling, or you can even, like, if you're not about that, you can just look at their kick and see how big it is and try and find a similar one yourself, or even make it yourself in Kick 2 by Nicky Romero. You can do that, or you can just be a straight G like we are and steal it. So what do we do? Well, we're just gonna find a spot where there's no effects, like a or like a where the kick is by itself, because remember, when we sidechain, we're getting rid of all the volume when the kick is there. So a lot of artists like to sidechain the sounds around the kick all the way to 0. This gives us the perfect chance to go up in there with a gun and jack those foos. So what I mean by this is, check this out. So here is where I would start to do it, right here. This one looks pretty good here. Let's hear it. Okay, so you can kind of hear the effect there. We're going to still give it a shot and see if we can get it pretty clean. So let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this. So we only have this bad boy here. And let's just go in and see if we can get it. So you can see the kick is by itself. So, that fool's we're going to steal him for show. Yo, what's up, fool? So this is where we get the gun from him. Okay, so, and then you can see that comes in here, the bass. So easily, what I can do is just go in and boom, pull that back. Let's go right click narrowest and then 1/32 here, and let's zoom in a little bit more so that we can get in there and get all that money from it. So we're gonna right click and close show fades, and we're just gonna pull back on it like so, and then we can maybe try here to get that kick there. Let's consolidate that, so we're gonna put that there, Control J, and then maybe it'll let us go in deeper. It doesn't let us right now, sadly. I know there's a way to do it, but right now this is the way it would look. And we got the kick and we got the transient. Now, to make sure that we got everything, let's go back, before we consolidated that, and see if we didn't forget anything, and I don't believe we did. Now, the funny thing about this kick is if you study it and you look at it closely, it's kind of like the one of the sides is a little bit kind of pan, like the top of the kick. There's more volume on the left side than on the right side, which is kind of weird, but I've never seen that. Or maybe we just don't need that and we just need up to here, so we can always try that. But as you can see there, we have the kick. It sounds great. And now we can use it in a similar song. So you do want to make sure that it's in the same key as your song, same style, because that is really going to help new producers especially. Now, we're going to go into another Kirby song and jack him one more time. If you're watching this, Kirby, I love you, bro. So what we're going to be doing, again, is trying to find a spot where we can steal the kick. All right, so maybe we can try stealing it here and seeing if we can. If not, we're going to have to get a little bit more creative. So it would be right here. So let's see. you know, let's go in deeper to make sure that we're getting the transient. One of the things I see a lot of people do is that they won't get the transient. So I think we will get it if we do this. You can see there's a little bit of that click missing there. So let's go back in and get deep in there. So we're gonna go here. Yeah, let's do narrowest. We are there. It just needs, that doesn't line up, so we're gonna have to go in even further here. There we go. So let's grab it here. We'll grab maybe up to, I don't know, let's say there. Now let's see if it's back up. Damn, I really chopped the shit out of that. All right, here we go. So now we got this. Let's move this away. Okay, we can pull a little bit more. So let's control C that so that we can grab a little bit more of that. We're just going to start from there, might as well. And maybe around here would be where we would kind of get rid of that. Go in deep. So we can see the kicks there. So what we can do is now use the fade. You see there's still some noise. So that would be there. Maybe would be a lot better. And then we would get, man, let's try this. A little bit less. And let's see how that sounds like once we put it and use it for a kick. Whoops, fucked up. So it sounds pretty good, actually. Very nice sounding, very punchy, and it's already processed. Yes, it's an MP3, so make sure you do get like really high quality ones. But there we go, we got the kick, and then we can make our own drops with it. Now, you know, we can take this a different approach. You know, I think the kick is a little bit different than the drop, but we can always go in again and find spots in the drop as well. It's just a little bit hard to find them on the drop. So, oh, right there, right when it's just that hit by itself with the bass, that's the perfect spot as well. So we can try that as well there, and then do this one more time and see what we can get out of it. But I believe it's going to sound very similar to the one we just had. So let's just do this to it. Again, we want to cut the part where the kick is getting, you know, the bass is getting side. You can see the bass starts to come in there, so we can kind of ease up on that a little bit more. And then move this a bit more. Try that. So then the kick would be here. So, you know, since intros are getting a lot smaller, a lot of people have opted not to do like a kick by itself right when the song starts. So it does make it a little bit more difficult, and you are going to have to get lucky at times. But this is how you would sample / steal kicks. And again, the purpose of it is, one, to study the kicks, see how big they are and what kind of kicks you should aim for, especially if you're making the same genre as the artist you are sampling / you know, stealing at gunpoint. But what do you guys think about this method? Do you think it's something that you should allow, or do you think it's something that's very frowned upon? You know, I know a lot of artists that have done this, by the way. It's not just me just showing it. I've seen a lot of people do it. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people have this fantasy world about how production is made, but in reality, this is super easy because it's a shortcut of finding the right kick. You can just sample this kick. Again, remember what key it's in. Make sure your track is in the same key, same style, and good luck with this, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's something fresh, something new, but let me know what you guys think, because I can already see those dislikes / people talking about how, wow, I can't believe you're teaching this to people. But anyways, you guys have fun. You know, I'm here to teach whatever I see and what I've heard, and I hope this is helpful for some of you. Take care, ninjas, and you guys have an amazing day. Wow.
Let's keep it between you and me. What I share with you, nobody else has ever seen. You've been trying to take control, but it will go my way. You ain't gotta make me stay. I ain't leaving anyway.